Good morning everyone, I am OMAR KASAN, a BPEd student, and today I will be reporting the rules in playing softball. Rule number 5 in futsal is the game. Section 1. Choice of turn at bat. The choice of the first or last bat in the inning shall be decided by a toss of a coin, unless otherwise stated in the rules of the organization under which the schedule of a games is being played. Section 2. Fitness of ground. The fitness of the ground for a game shall be decided solely by the plate umpire. Section 3 is the regulation game. A regulation game shall consist of 7 innings. Exception: if the pitcher continues to repeatedly violate the pitching regulation, he shall be excluded from the pitching position for the remainder of the game. Section 4. Winner of game. The winner of the game shall be the team that score more runs in a regulation game. Section 5. Run ahead rule. A run ahead rule shall be used at all tournaments and championships. Complete innings must be played unless the team second at bat scores the required number of runs while at bat. When the team first at bat reaches the required number of runs in the top half of the inning, the team second at bat must have their opportunity to bat in the bottom half of the inning. Section 6. Tiebreaker. Starting with the top of 8 inning and each half inning thereafter, the offensive team shall begin its run at bat with a player who is scheduled to bat 9th in FP, 10th in SP, and 11th in SP with an AP, or 12th in co-ed SP with EPS. In the respective half inning being placed on second base, the player who is running can be substituted in accordance with the substitution rules. Scoring of runs. A. 1 run shall be scored each time a runner regularly touches first, second, third base, and home plate before the third out of the inning. B. A run shall not be scored if the third and or last out of inning is a result of the batter runner being put out before legally touching first base. Section 8. Charge conferences. A. Offensive conferences. There shall only be charged offensive conference in an inning. Effect Section 8A. A second charge conference shall result in the rejection of the manager or coach insisting on another charge conference. Defensive conference. There shall only be 3 charged defensive conferences in 7-inning game. For every inning beyond 7, there shall be 1 charge conference per inning. Rule 6. Pitching regulation or fast pitch only. The effect for all Section 1 to 7 follows at end of Section 7. Section 1. Preliminaries. Before commencing the delivery or the pitch, the pitcher A. may not take the pitching position on or near the pitcher's plate without having the ball in his position. B. Shall not be considered in the pitching position unless the catcher is in position to receive the pitch. Must have both feet on the ground within the 6.61.0 cm or 24 n in length and pitcher plate. Must, while standing on the plate with the ball in either the glove or the pitching hand, must after taking the signal bring this whole body to a full and complete stop with the shawl held in the hand or glove with both held together in front of the body. Section 2. Starting the pitch. The pitch start with one hand is taken off the ball or the pitcher makes any motion that is part of his wind up. Section 3 in Rule 6. Legal delivery. The pitchers must not make any motion to pitch without immediately delivering the ball to the batter. Note, the pitcher may leap from the pitcher plate and land and with the continuous motion deliver the ball to the plate. The pivot may push off and or follow through with his continuous action. This is not considered a crow hop. As the pitcher pushes the pitcher plate, all movement of the pitching arm must be continuous. Section 4. Defensive Positioning. A pitcher shall not deliver a pitch unless all defensive players except the catcher, who must be in the catcher's box, are positioned in fair territory. A fielder shall not take a position in the batter's line of vision or with deliberate and stop unsportsmanlike intent act in a manner to distract the batter. Note, a pitch does not have to be released. The offering player shall be ejected from the game. Section 5. Foreign Substance. No member of the defensive team shall at any time during the game be permitted to use any foreign substance on the ball. A pitcher who licks his finger must wipe off his finger before making contact with the ball. Section 6. The Catcher. The catchers must remain within the catcher box until the pitch is released. The catcher shall return the ball directly to the pitcher after each pitch, including after a foul ball. Section 7. Throwing to a base. The pitcher, after he has taken the pitching position, shall not throw to a base during a live ball while his foot is in contact with a pitcher plate. If the throw from the pitcher place occurs during a live ball appeal play, the appeal is cancelled. Effect Section 1 to 7. Any infraction of Section 1 to 7 is an illegal pitch. Exception Rule 6, Section 3P6, Section 4C, and Section 6B. The umpire shall give a delayed dead ball signal and call an illegal pitch. 2. If the illegal pitch is not hit, an extra ball is awarded to the batter. Runners are advanced to one base. Section 9. Warm-up pitches. At the beginning of the first inning for both teams, or when a pitcher relieves another, not more than 1 minute may be used to deliver more than 5 pitches to the catcher. Rule number 10. No pitch. No pitch shall be declared when the pitcher pitches during the suspension of play. The pitcher is attempt a quick return of the ball before the batter has taken his position or when the batter is off balance as a result of previous pitch. Note, a warning shall be issued to the defending team and a repeat of this type act of any member of the game warrant shall result in the offender being rejected from the game. Section 11. Drop ball. If the ball slips from the pitcher hand during his delivery, a ball is declared on the batter and the ball will remain in play and the runner may advance at their own risk. Section 12. Illegal pitcher. A pitcher who has been declared an illegal pitcher as a result of the team exceeding the charged conference limit may not return to the pitching position at any time for the remainder of the game. Rule number 7. Batting. Section 1. The on-deck batter. The on-deck batter at the start of an inning is the lead-off batter who must remain in his on-deck circle until called to the batter's box. Once an inning has started, is the offensive player who in the batting lineup is the next player to enter the batter's box. May take a position within either on-deck circle so he is behind the batter and not on the batter's open side. Section 2. Batting order. The batting order of each team must be on the score sheet lineup card and must be delivered before the game by the manager of car or captain to the official scorer and the plate umpire. He shall submit it to the inspection of the manager or captain of the opposing team. Section 3. Batting Position. The batter must take his position in the batter's box within 10 seconds after the umpire has declared the play ball. After the batter first enters the batter's box, he must remain in the batter box between pitches by keeping at least 1 foot in the box, including while taking signals and practice swings. Section 4. A strike is called by the umpire. FP only. When any part of a legally pitched ball enters the strike zone before touching the ground and at which the batter does not swing. And for SB only, for each legally pitched ball entering the strike zone before touching the ground and at which the batter does not swing. Exception is not a strike if the pitch ball touches home plate and is not swung at. Section 5. A ball is called by the umpire. For FP only, for each legally pitched ball that does not enter the strike zone or touches the ground before touching home plate and is not swung at touches home plate and at which the batter does not swing. Rule 8. Batter, runner, and runner. Section 1. The batter becomes a batter runner when he legally hits a fair or foul ball. 1. When 4 balls have been called by the plate umpire or when the defensive team elects to intentionally walk a batter by either the pitcher, catcher, or head coach notifying the plate umpire. Note, this notification to the plate umpire shall be considered a pitch. This can occur at any time prior to a batter beginning and completing his turn at bat regardless of the count. If 2 batters are to be walked intentionally, the second intentional walk may not be administered until the first batter reaches first base. If the umpire mistakenly allows 2 walks and 1 time, and the first batter fails to touch first base, no appeal will be honored and on the first batter. Section 2. Batter runner is out. FP only. When the catcher drops the third strike and the batter runner is legally touched with the ball while off the base or thrown out prior to reaching first base. B. When a fielder legally catches a fly ball before it touches the ground or any object or person other than the defensive player. When after hitting a fair ball he is tagged while off base or thrown out prior to reaching first base. Section 3. Rule number 8. The batter runner is not out when a fielder makes a play on a batter runner while using an illegal glove. Section 4. Touching bases in legal order. Runners must touch bases in legal order. First, second, third, and home plate. Exception if a runner is obstructed, not a base preventing the runner from touching the base. Section 5. Runners are entitled to advance with liability to be put out. FP only. When the ball leaves the pitcher's hand on his delivery. SP only. When a pitch ball is battled. Section 6. Runner for its his exemption from liability to be put out. A. If at any time he fails to touch a base, he is entitled to before attempting to make next base. Exemption if a runner is obstructed at the base preventing the runner from touching the base. Section 7. Runners are entitled to advance without liability to be put out. When forced to vacate a base because the batter was awarded a base on balls, the ball remains in play unless it is blocked. Any runner affected is entitled to one base and may advance farther at his own risk if the ball is in play. Section 8. A runner must return to his base. A runner must return to his base but need to touch the intervening bases. When a batted ball is declared foul, when the umpire declares the balls to have been illegally batted. When a batter runner is called out for interference. Note, if an infield fly is ruled, it has precedence over an intentionally dropped ball. Section 9. The runner is out. When a wild runner to any base in regular or reverse order, he runs more than 0.191 meter or 3 feet from the base path to avoid being touched by the ball in the hands of a fielder. Section 10. The runner is not out when the runs behind or in front of the fielder and outside the base path in order to avoid interfering with a fielder attempting to field the batted ball in the base path. When he does not run in a direct line to the base, provided by the fielder in a direct line does not have the ball in his position. Note, a runner reaching a base safely will not be out for being of that base. If it becomes dislodged, he may return to that base with that liability to be put out when the base has been replaced. A runner forfeits his exemption if he attempts to advance beyond the dislodged base before it is again in proper position.